And summer is over, but the weather stays the same. We have a hot one here at Wilson Field today. As we get ready for a huge soccer game between the Chapman Panthers and the Whittier Poets. I'm Alejandro Flores here with Sadie Kraut as we get ready for the big game. Sadie, how are you doing today?
I'm excited. I can't wait to watch this game. This is going to be awesome. I'm really excited to see these players in action.
Yes, as we have the Chapman Panthers who are going into this game 4-4-3 right now with an even record, looking to get a positive record for the first time this season. The defending Sky champs looking for that. On the other hand, the Whittier Poets are at a losing record at the current moment, looking to try to bounce back and try to see if they can surge into the Sky playoffs come that time. Now, we're going to be having a lot of action between both sides. Again, a lot of players to look out for in this game, as well as we have both teams kind of getting ready under the canopies. As you can see, Chapman doesn't usually bring out the canopies, but for today, with the hot one we have today, they need to have a little bit of extra shade right there on the sidelines. As we have the Poets who are also getting ready there in their huddle, getting pumped up, looking to get a big win that they need desperately right now. They are sitting at 3-6-1. And if there was a game right now as we start hitting the middle point of the season, this is it for the Poets, where they can possibly start to get right back on track and make a little playoff run here. On the other hand, we have the Chapman Panthers who are huddling up right in front of their canopy, doing their normal tradition, getting pumped up and ready for the game. You could feel it in the air, the excitement. Also worth mentioning, a lot of the fans chose to sit on the other side of the stands. Again, of course, not wanting to sit in the hot sun, which I have to say I definitely understand a lot. And the Panthers now take the field. What do you expect from the Chapman Panthers this game? Are you going to expect a lot of aggressive play early on, or kind of play a little bit more defensive?
I'm expecting some defensive play against the Poets today. I'm hoping that the Panthers are going to be able to get a good defense started and then get ready for the attack.
And 100%, the Chapman Panthers right now, while they are a team that's sitting at only 1.27 goals per game, they're also pretty good in only allowing 1 goal per game in addition to that. So Chapman Panthers so far, a lot of their success this season has come from the defensive side. On the other side, when you talk about the Poets, they have allowed 2.9 goals per game while having 2 goals per game. So they're a very heavy offensive team, but really what's been the hard part for that team is the lack of defense, which the Poets look to shore up this game against the Panthers as we get ready for the kickoff. Chapman Panthers set up. Getting ready for that final whistle before we get started. Big game for the Chapman Panthers, looking to get positive. And it looks like it's going to be Dylan Payne who's going to be the one to kick it off for the Panthers to start this game. You can feel the energy from both teams. Everyone getting stretched out.
Panthers are looking ready right now to get started, looking like they're getting prepared for that kickoff.
It's going to be huge for them to get off to an early start. Ref blows the whistle, and we are off in this game. An aggressive play early on there from Chapman's captain, as that appeared to be a good pass there from Bridge, one of the team captains for the Chapman Panthers.
Oh, and a nice block from the Poets over there.
Poets right now keeping it at midfield. Panthers trying to just work around, see if they can find any lanes to work with. As it goes right to Bridge again up the middle, and now a little bit of room to work with, pushing forward and inevitably losing control. But it looks like there's going to be a foul call there. So Chapman will get a chance to kick from a very good field position spot. That appeared to be Wells, who was the one who was fouled on that play. And now setting up for the Panthers. Standing right next to him is Jonah Friang. Looks to be Williams right now, who will be setting up Friang's kick. Ref is lining it up. Whistle blows. And it's going to be the setup. Little distraction by Friang, and it's going to be a shot on goal by Williams, and it's going to be a little off, just off of the top post. And it will be a goal kick. As we have, looks like Whittier right there kind of loses control. The Poets aren't able to get any offense going so far. Payne now looking to work with something. Gives that one to Thomas. Back to Riley Thomas. It goes now over to the other side to Williams. Williams is able to keep it in bounds, keep it in play. Williams now. Good passing all around. That's Dreisen, who is able to let that one go out of bounds. It's going to be Chapman's throw-in. And it looks like it's going to be Williams, who will be the one to throw this in. Williams now throwing it. Up. It's still in play, and it goes to the Panthers now, working a little bit of room. Riley Thomas working down the left side. And it's going to go into the possession now of the Poets. As that was Dydell at first who was getting it for the Poets. Now it's going right back to the Panthers, though, in Bridge. Ryan Bridge kind of engineering the offense. Letting him work. Now back to Bridge. Bridge with a little bit of room now up the middle. Bridge trying to find something to go with. Cannot, tries to get it to Wells. Wells now working from the right side. Wells still has Bridge behind him. Wells is going to let that one go out of bounds, and a throw in for the Panthers will be coming up.
And the Panthers are back with a throw-in. They've got possession of the ball this time, and we're about to see a throw-in from...
Looks to be Williams.
Williams. We're about to see a throw-in with the Panthers from Williams right there.
As Williams is going to be set up in a tough spot to really throw from. This is where throw-ins are kind of the hardest to do, right by that corner. Has to take a lot of strength. He's going to try to see if he can make it reach, and he does. And now Williams is going to get it set up. Now he can have a perfect opportunity to send one over the middle, and he does so. Accordingly, shot on goal, and it's high. Thomas tried to get that shot there. Could not get it down.
And the ball is coming back in the field now. Possession of the Poets. We're seeing the Poets back with the ball. Wilson. And we're doing some passes with the Poets right now.
Here's Ramirez. Ramirez passing it back to Swanson. Working over to Wilson. Wilson now passing it over the middle to Coop. And this is the first time in a while that the Poets have had their longest possession. Moving around a little bit. DeGarden now to Slater. Slater sending it all the way to the right side. And now the Poets with a little bit of room to work. That is Morello working on the far right.
Chapman is getting ready to get that ball back. They're looking prepared. They're looking ready to grab that ball back from the Poets, from the possession of the Poets.
And it looks like it's going to be Glenn, who will be the goalie for the Panthers this game. He's the one who's going to toss it over to the Chapman defenders. This one's going to be Galvin. Kind of just finding room to work with. Now getting a little bit of room here. This is going to be a little bit of a speed race here for Friang, and Friang can't get there in time. Now moving back into the possession of the Poets as they move forward. Sending it over the middle, a little bit of room to work. Zavala.
Chapman grabs the ball again.
Looks to be a foul there on the Panthers. And the ref is giving a little bit of a lecture, it looks like, to Riley Thomas on that one.
And the ball is back in possession of the Poets, it seems. They're getting ready to start again, getting ready to kick. We've got
looks to be Wilson
here.
Wilson
back with the ball again. He's getting ready to start that ball again, getting ready to kick, and he goes.
Wilson's now kicking this up, and it's caught. What a catch it was by Glenn to get the stop. And now the Panthers have a little bit of room to work with. Glenn now sending it over the other way. And we have a little bit of room for Galvin. Galvin now, a couple passes here for the Panthers. Can't find any room. Knocked down, but no call there. The Poets keep possession, moving it back a little bit. Ramirez now trying to see if he can find a little bit of a lane. Sends it over to the middle, making it work with Coop. Coop now working over to the left side, and open in the left side is Morello with a little bit of room, but his pass to no avail. Stopped by the Panthers, now picked up again by the Poets, and Coop now picked up again by the Panthers. A little bit of back and forth action. That ball was going to go out and a throw in.
We've got some really aggressive plays from the Panthers so far. It seems like they're having a little bit of trouble finding the lanes. We're going back into the possession of the Poets. Looks like the Panthers are prepared to get that ball back. Oh, and we got, looks like Williams got the ball.
And it looks like Friang just unable to possess it. Now working with a little bit of room is DeGarden. And winning it right back are the Panthers. Now that's Friang with a good pass. Now working to Thomas. And it's going to be out of bounds. Going to be a throw in for Thomas. Worth noting, Thomas is a very notable scorer for the Panthers so far this season, as coach is sending away Friang, kind of trying to see where he can organize these players. Again, as we mentioned, Riley Thomas right now, so far with 1 goal this season. Right now, the team leader is Jonah Friang with 3 on the year. As it's going to be a throw in here for the Poets. This is going to be Ramirez.
Okay.
And the kick is going to be up there. A little bit of room to work for the Poets. Now working around to the left side. And, ooh, hit up and over and out of bounds. It will be possession of the Poets, but a good job there to get that one out for Galvin.
And the Panthers almost had the ball there. Oh, and then we got the Panthers looking to keep that ball. They look like they're back in possession, and the Poets come swooping in with the ball again.
And now Coop with a little bit of room to work, sending that one off. And here we go again. The Poets now playing a lot of the game here on the Panthers side after the Panthers' early aggressive start. Trying to see now if they can get possession back. That's Jackson sending it way deep there, and a little bit of a race for Payne. Who can't win that race?
Panthers almost had the ball there. They were right in grasp of the ball, but it seems to have gone back to the Poets. Panthers seem to be congregating a bit, getting ready to get that ball right back.
As we have a pass back here from the Poets. And now he's going to send it a little bit up there to DeGarden. DeGarden with a good pass. Now looking to keep it going. That was Slater. Hit out, though, smartly by Dreisen.
The Panthers seem to be getting a bit more on their attack. They're getting ready. They're going a bit more aggressive than the start of the game. We see some moving going on, some more aggression from the Panthers. They're getting ready. They're getting tough.
And here is Ramirez now with a throw-in. The Poets now winning time of possession so far in this game. Bit of a scuffle there, and it's going to be won by the Panthers. And then the Poets win it right back. Now, good play from Friang to keep fighting in the 2v1 situation there. That pass to Thomas is going to be intercepted and sent out of bounds there by Coop.
Got some real aggression going on from the Panthers right now. You can see they're getting way more aggressive in this game right now than the beginning. They seem to be catching up with the Poets.
Seem to be catching pace with them indeed. Here's the throw-in. Moving now back to, and Williams is going to be unable to make a play on that. The Poets will get their throw-in in again. And it's going to be Ramirez as well.
Panthers are getting ready for that throw-in. Oh, and the Panthers got the ball again, getting some more aggression right there from the Panthers.
And here is a bit of movement. Oh, and Thomas is unable to win that one. But able to win that one, though, is going to be Williams. Williams now with room to work. Williams with a little bit of pass back to Williams. Unable to. Wells' pass just came off a little too soft there. Williams unable to gather that one. Now this one's going to be intercepted by the Panthers. Ooh, tripped up there. No call. And Galvin will have to get back up now as the Poets are moving into Panther territory, though. It's stopped by Jackson and pushed down. And that's going to be a penalty call there, as it was a bit too aggressive on Jackson.
The Panthers are looking ready to get back in. They're congregating mostly on their own territory right now. They're getting ready for that ball. Panthers are looking to get some passes, some nice passes across the field.
As they send it across. Busby now. Someone to look out for from the Panthers side. Jackson Busby, again, worth mentioning as always, hit the game winner in the Skyhawk Championship game just last year and has been the Panthers' most successful defender this season. Moving around now for the Poets, trying to find a little bit of room and just slips by Slater. So it's going to be picked up there by Glenn, and Glenn is just going to toss that one to Busby. Now Busby's going to try to do his best here to engineer the offense, sending it over to the far right side to Galvin now. Galvin sending it back here a little bit of room now for Bridge. Brian Bridge, one of the team captains for the Chapman Panthers. Moving around, looking, sends it over to the left side to Williams. Williams now sending that one up for Friang, and Friang in a bit of a speed race here. Jonah Friang now trying to win it. It's going to be out of bounds. And the call is going to be a corner kick, much to the dismay of the Poets and Wilson, who doesn't seem to be too happy with that call. It looks like Ryan Bridge is going to get his opportunity here, and we're going to have our first corner kick of the game.
Looks like the Panthers are getting a bit more on that offense right now. They're getting strong on the defense as well, but we're moving on to the Poet side of the field, getting ready.
And here's Bridge. He's going to decide to do a soft corner kick and leave it up for Williams, who is going to try to send that one over the middle. But now all of a sudden we have a bit of a fast break here from the Poets. A lot of room to work with. Here is Alvarez passing it over to the other side now. That is Slater. Slater trying to gain possession to get in. The Panthers starting to swarm to Slater. Slater's triple team, double teamed. One and a bit of a shove back there, it looks like by Bridge, which is going to usher a yellow card there.
Panthers are getting real aggressive right now.
Oh, it looks like he's going to call it actually on the Poets. You know, most of the time they usually don't find the first man who shoved. This time Slater is caught in the act. Yellow card issued to the Poets.
Panthers are getting real on their aggression here. Poets are following with that aggression right now with that yellow card.
As you can see here on the replay, again, a lot of open room that was given there. It was Coop's pass that set up Slater, but Slater just unable to maintain speed. And then as you can see a little bit by the scuffle there, it was kind of the shove backs and the grip that he had right there on Bridge that kind of ushered the yellow card right here. Thomas trying to keep it in bounds, does so, has a little bit of room now on the left side. Thomas with a good move. Shake and bake, trying to send it over the middle. Cannot. It is stopped though by the Poets. And moving around here, back into the possession of the Panthers.
Panthers are in possession of that ball again. They're moving up onto Poets territory, getting a bit more aggressive with that ball, making some good passes right now.
Very good passes indeed from the Panthers. Wells sending that one over. Busby now with a little bit of room to work with, trying to see if he could find any lanes. Sends that one right back to Wells, who headers that one. And that one's going to be stopped there by the Panthers. Now here we go to Williams. Williams with a big leg. Williams up the middle. Williams with the shot high off the goal post. And it's going to be a goal kick there. Williams tried to see if he could get that one to go in.
Panthers are moving up with the ball. Panthers are getting real aggressive with that ball, trying to get it into the Poets' goal right now. Looks like Poets are back in possession of that ball, making some passes while the Panthers get ready.
And here's Swanson. Swanson's pass is intercepted by the Panthers. That one is Payne. Kicked out and saved by the Poets, preventing a corner kick. And they do actually just keep it in play.
Panthers are making it across the field right now with some real aggression, getting ready to steal that ball from the Poets. It looks like the Poets are maintaining that ball, though, while the Panthers are getting ready to divert. Wait.
And it looks like it's going to be back into the possession of the Panthers. And here we go. Galvin with room to work. And it looks like it's going to be picked up here by Bridge. And Ryan Bridge now with a little bit of room to work. Hit up and over, picked up by the Panthers again. And it's going to be working from Dreisen now. Working on the other side here. Here's the leading scorer, Jonah Friang. Jonah Friang is knocked down. And no call from the ref. Friang wanted a call there, does not get it. And we have a little bit of room now to work for the Poets. Working a little bit over that left side to the middle. Now working far over to the left side. A lot of room to work with for Morello. Morello working down. Here it is. The Poets working with possession. Alvarez now. Alvarez trying to get around the edge. Good stop, though, by Galvin.
The Poets are really matching that aggression right now with the Panthers, getting ready to bring that ball back in. Panthers are getting ready as the Poets bring the ball back onto the field on Panther territory.
And here we go. And there we go. And it looks like it's going to be a whistle. And he looks like the goalie, Glenn, is down off of the throw in there. He's holding his head a little bit. Concerning news for the Panthers. And the ref is going to be calling in. So right now he's going to check up on Glenn and then possibly decide right now. Looks like we're going to have an injury timeout.
Panthers are taking a break here.
And it's going to be a little bit of time now for the Panthers to kind of figure out a plan, a strategy here, as they have not been winning the time of possession in this game. Worth going over right now. We have a couple team stats. Again, there's not really too many shots on goal that we've seen, actually. 0 so far in this game listed. But what we do have in the game so far is we do have 1 yellow card that has been given out. That is to Whittier. On the other hand, we have technically shots that are given right now. The Panthers do lead that category right now, 2-0. But it's just a lot to kind of digest right now, because in the end, the time of possession has been going in favor of the Poets. And the Poets right now, with control of that time of possession, have been able to kind of have their way, per se, as they continue to work in the possession and the side of the Panthers.
The Panthers look like they're getting ready to go back on the field right now. The Poets have been holding most of the possession in this game, as Alejandro said. The Panthers are getting ready. They need to make some comebacks here and grab that possession of the ball. Looks like they're getting ready to go back on the field after a break.
And how would the Panthers be able to, would it be better passes maybe, or is it just kind of, how do you think the Panthers can kind of get that rhythm?
I think the Panthers definitely need to do some larger passes, some wider passes for sure. Definitely need to congregate a little less, spread out on the field a bit more. That might help. Getting ready to just get back on the field. Panthers really need to step it up just a little bit with those passes to grab that possession from the Poets in the rest of this game.
As we heard it right there, the Panthers do need to find a way to get better passing lanes, as they just haven't been able to get too many open shots. They have had a couple shots on goal, and one did go a little high there. But again, it was a bit of a contested shot that he did take. So not much to be given there.
Yeah, the Panthers are making some good shots right now, but I think we're just going to, like we said, work on those passes. And then they can grab that possession from the Poets potentially while we move back into the game. Everyone looks to be back on the field right now. We're getting ready to kick that ball in. The Panthers have the ball, and they're getting ready to bring that ball back in the field and hopefully get that possession from the Poets.
It's going to be Jackson here who will be the one to throw it in.
Just getting ready here.
You can see from Jackson right here, you can see, I mean, how exhausted he is. And that kind of comes with the heat that's being, again, it's a high 90-degree day right now in Orange County. Not, you know, not something you'd expect from fall weather, especially in October. And, you know, when you have it right here when they're playing on the hot turf, you have to think that does play a huge effect for the Panthers. We might be seeing a lot of stoppages, just like the one we just saw, just for the players to recover. That kick is going to go high, up and over. Bouncing, still in bounds, and it stays in bounds. Little toe drag swag from the ball there.
Got some real aggression with the Panthers back on the field. It looks like that little break they had over there where they congregated a bit, looks like they got ready to bring that aggression back on the field. Looks like that was helpful, and they're making some longer passes, wider passes now. We got the Panthers back in the game.
And here we go. A couple passes. Working now. Friang with room to work now are the Panthers. Moving around. Dries in. Oh, and a slide attempt to try to stop that ball. But it's going to be picked up here by Bridge. And now sending it over to the other side is Wells. Wells with room to work. Wells now gets around the edge here. Shoved inside the box. And there's going to be no call from the ref. Panthers, it doesn't look so as ref walks up. And it have to say, from our view at least, it did look like a shove. And it would have been a shove right there in the penalty box.
I don't see anything from the ref just yet. It seems like they're making some decisions. The Panthers are very visibly upset here. Not happy with this play. Oh, it looks like the Panthers have been shoved and knocked over. Oh, my goodness.
And you see the blood on his face as well.
Got some real aggression here from the Poets.
Just a little bit of blood right now spilling out from Wells. Again, with the no call from the ref.
The Panthers are not happy with this.
As it looks like the training staff's going to have to come out to attend Wells. Again, just a questionable no call.
Very questionable indeed.
You could see the blatant shove there, and the ref's lack of assertiveness there kind of hurts the Panthers, as that definitely would have been a penalty kick right there. He would have been able to have a PK. But the ref right now staying strong with what he saw, despite the evidence.
That's right. The ref doesn't look like he's making any calls right now, even though we do have some clear evidence of that kick right there on the Panthers. Looks like Wells is not happy with this. Neither are the rest of the Panthers.
And the whistle blows, and it's just going to be a throw-in now for the Panthers. For Williams.
Panthers are getting ready to get back in that game despite what we just saw. The Panthers are getting to go back in the game right now with that throw-in. Nice and strong.
What a throw indeed by Williams. And that one was a little high there. And now the Poets working with DeGarden. DeGarden's going to kick that one out, and it's going to be another throw-in here for the Panthers. This time it looks like it's going to be Ryan Bridge. Sub-ins here for the Panthers. So it looks like it's going to be the sub-in for who appears to be Wells, who's still going to be out.
Wells seems to be taking a rest after that incident right there. Probably well decided. Panthers look like they're ready to get back in this game despite that incident with no call. Panthers are getting ready with that throw-in right now.
And it's going to be Connor Kildee who just subbed in for the Panthers. Now that throw-in a little out of control there, so it's going to go back into the possession of the Poets. Now this one's going to be a kick led, and just not enough top-end speed there for the Poets to be able to get to that one. As it looks like it was trying to get Dydell with a little bit of room there to work. Could not, though. Throw in here from Williams.
Panthers are bringing some real aggression onto the field right now. Getting ready, moving back up the field towards the Poets' territory. It looks like we got another throw-in. The Panthers are really starting to bring that aggression right now. Some strong offense. Oh, and we got some.
And there's Williams now. Williams now moving with possession. And here we go. Poets now with possession. Good stop, though, by Jackson Busby, trying to keep it in possession of the Panthers, but it goes right back to the Poets. Poets now with a little bit of room to work on that far side. Here's Slater. Slater fighting for it, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Poets are really making it back onto Panther territory right now. The Panthers are moving up, getting ready for that ball to be brought back onto the field.
As that kick is going to go for a throw-in here. As we try to see, it's a throw-in from the Poets.
Panthers are ready to grab that ball right now. Got it moving past the goal.
It's going to be out of bounds. And it looks like, what is the call going to be here? Appears to be a corner kick for the Poets, their first of the game. Panthers already have 2 so far in this one. This is going to be the first one now for Ramirez, as the Poets now in the 24-minute mark set up for a potential shot on goal opportunity. Here it is with Ramirez setting up, as we have a great camera angle. Again, thanks to our camera people out there on the field. Ramirez's shot high, up, and way over. This one's going to bounce out of bounds, and it's just going to be a goal kick for the Panthers.
Looks like the Poets need to work on that passing and those kicks to get back on this side of the field into Panther territory, because the Panthers seem to be moving up with that ball away from their side of the field and on to the Poets.
And there's a great kick by Galvin. And now the Panthers with a little bit of room to work with. Setting up here, Thomas trying to stop that one, but the Poets keep possession. And now moving around.
Panthers seem to be moving in, moving up the field, getting ready to bring that aggression right back. Panthers are moving toward the goal.
Here's the kick up. And it's going to be won by no one, but it's just going to bounce into possession of Jackson.
Panthers have got that ball again, bringing it back to their side of the field.
And now Glenn with room to work. Glenn now with the pass to Williams. Williams trying to find room to work. Out of bounds.
Poets are looking a bit frustrated, and they're bringing that real aggression, matching the Panthers with that aggression on the field right now. We can see them really bringing that out as the ball goes back onto the field.
And Ramirez throw in there. It's going to inevitably be won by the Panthers. And here we go, moving along, are the Panthers trying to find room to work with. Cannot.
Some real aggression from the Panthers there, matching the Poets' energy right now.
And there we go again. Good movement, though, by the Poets to keep it in the possession. Coop sends that one over the middle. Now trying to find room to work. Sending that one back up the middle, and one. This one's going to be by Dydell. Dydell fighting for it now. And Busby falling down. Whistle blows. Foul call there. And a lot of fouls now so far on the Poets' side, as they are winning the majority of those. This kick is going to be down a little to the middle. It's going to be bounced off of the kick of Payne. Hit off of a Poet. Out of bounds. Throw in for the Panthers. This throw in is going to be by Jackson. And Jackson setting up here, trying to see what he can find. And Jackson's throw in is up. Out of bounds again. Possession now to the Poets, as they're going to say that one bounced off of the head of Thomas. Good little kick back there. A knockdown. So it will be a foul call there.
Panthers are moving back down to their side of the field. Poets seems to be getting ready to move along. Ball is getting ready to be moved by the Poets right now.
And here it comes. Poets running down the field. Poets trying to find room to work. Hen pass over the middle. Stopped by Busby. A good save there by the Panthers, but the Poets still have the ball in position with room to work. No handball there. Great job and awareness by the Panthers to not be able to get that. Here comes Thomas now with a little bit of room. Thomas trying to send that one to Payne. Cannot. And room to work for the Poets. Knocked down is Bridge. Bridge gets back up, though, quickly, and the Panthers get possession right back. Here we go with room to work. And sending it over to the far right side is Thomas, giving it to Jackson. Jackson with a good little stop move there. And Jackson trying to find someone. Can't find anyone.
I got to say, the Panthers are really working on that defense right now. We just saw some great defensive moves down the field from the Panthers. That defense is getting really strong at this point in the game.
As Friang now, that kick is going to go out of bounds. Ramirez with a smart play there to prevent any shot on goal. And now it's going to set up another corner kick for the Panthers. Ryan Bridge will set up for his third corner of the game.
Panthers are moving down the field. They're looking ready to get back in after that really good defensive work here, moving to the offense. Panthers seem to be congregating a bit, getting ready to get back on the field and get back into the game with that kick.
And here is Ryan Bridge setting up his corner kick. Looking for the first goal for the Panthers in this game. Ryan Bridge sets up, fires over the middle. This one a straight shot line down the middle. No! Little bicycle kick is up and over the, looks like it's going to be over the net.
Real close for the Panthers right there. Almost had it. We almost saw a goal there for the Panthers.
Almost. And Roe Birds is now going to be the one to send this one away off of the goal kick. Roe Birds looking, kind of being very patient right now with his time. And he's just going to send that one over to the left side to Wilson. And there it is. Room to work for the Poets.
Panthers are moving back up that field, getting ready there, bringing in some real aggression this time. Trying to grab that ball from the Poets.
And here we go. Picked up now by the Panthers. Room to work as well. Sending that one over the middle. Trying to see if he can get that one. Knocked down is Friang. Again, no call from the ref.
Panthers are upset about this, it seems. No call from the ref. Again, the Panthers are getting irritated with this, but they're staying strong and moving down the field, bringing that aggression. Poets seem to be matching right now with that energy.
And here we go. Room to work now. Thomas now sending that one over to Payne. Payne over to the far right side. Now over the middle to Bridge. Bridge to Thomas. Thomas to Friang. The leading scorer for the Panthers is going to send that one over the middle, and just not really ready for that was Payne, who kind of stopped in his tracks.
That was real close for the Panthers right there. We could have almost seen a goal. The Panthers really seem to be bringing and giving their all right now with that aggression. Real close to a goal right there. We could have almost had it for the Panthers.
As we know, hit the 17-minute mark. The Poets send this one off. And here it is, pass from the Poets. Now to the Panthers. Thomas sending that one over to the other side to Friang, and they can't quite win that.
Almost brought back up the field. Panthers seem to be bringing it back up the field, though, getting ready, trying to make that goal.
And here's Bridge. Bridge now working, intercepted by the Poets. This one is sent down the field. Doesn't look like there's going to be any offsides call here, so it's going to be a lot of room to work with now for Dydell. Dydell trying to see if he can find room to work with. Cannot. This one's going to be hit back. Dydell's just going to let this one bounce out for a throw-in.
Hoping we can see some more work with the defense here from the Panthers. We had some real strong defense with the Panthers earlier, and I think we're getting ready for another throw-in here. Let's see if we can get this defense back up again with the Panthers.
And here we go. It's going to be a throw-in here for the Poets.
Panthers are getting ready for that throw-in right now.
It's going to be Morello. And here it is. Throw-in. One, it looks like, by the Panthers, and it's going to be Payne who picks it up. Payne now trying to find room to work with. And again, kind of being pinched back into his own corner here.
Panthers are looking great with that defense. Seems to be really strong, ready for the attack. Defense is getting ready to grab that ball.
For the Poets, Jeremiah Solaris checks in for the Panthers.
Here is the throw-in by Morello, and it looks like a little bit of room here for the Poets, stopped though by the Panthers. And a great kick there by Galvin.
Panthers are moving up the field.
And now here come the Panthers again. Thomas sending it over to the middle. That pass is going to be intercepted by the Poets. And it looks like it's going to be a throw-in here for the Panthers. And this appears to be Williams, who will be the one to throw it in. Set over there to Bridge. Williams, kick is high and way over, far to the left.
Panthers are looking a bit defeated, almost had that goal again. Panthers definitely need to bring in that aggression. We saw some real aggression from Busby there on the defense. And looks like everyone's taking a break right now.
A little bit of a timeout. And again, as we mentioned, with how hot it is out here right now, we're at the 14-minute and 55 mark of this first half. No goals yet from either side. And really, it's been a heavy defensive matchup on both sides as well. So both sides now getting a lot of water. Again, due to the heat, they're probably going to take a lot more stoppages than you would expect. And also worth mentioning, something different about college soccer versus many other of the professional soccer sports, and even including high school and club sports that you see at the younger levels, is that for college, they don't have a consistent running clock. They do stop the clock. They do stop it for timeouts. And they also do just have moments of stoppages whenever there's an injury or anything. So there is also no extended or extra time that is given in the game.
Panthers are going to need those breaks today with this heat out here. It looks like they're getting a lot of water, getting ready to get back on the field. We're likely going to see a lot of those breaks today from the Panthers and from the Poets with this heat we've got today on the field. Some crazy heat out here.
As you can see, everyone's just trying to make sure they get some water. And then they're also communicating here on the sidelines, trying to find game plans and strategies right now, as both sides' defenses are really unwavering right now. But one thing about the Panthers is they have been stacking up a line. They haven't been able to space themselves out too great in this first half. Still looking to do so. Trying to spread out that Poets defense.
Panthers definitely need to make some more space in this game. We saw them getting some game plans ready, some strategy, some conversation over there from Williams, and it seems like we're getting back on the field, and the Panthers look like they have a game plan, getting ready to go and back in the game.
And there's Robird's little pass there, short pass to the defender. And here we go, won by the Panthers. Bridge trying to find room to work. Now sending it over the middle. And it's going to be sent a little bit back there for the Panthers. And Bridge is going to send that one now all the way back. This one to Galvin. Now Busby on the other side with a lot of room to work with. Busby now sending it over to Williams.
We're definitely seeing some strong defense from Busby today. He just grabbed that ball. Strong defense on Chapman.
And it looks like it's going to be a foul call there on the Panthers. Something you haven't seen much of this day so far. Swanson will be the one to kick this.
Panthers do seem to be spreading out a bit more on the field here. Looks like they had some game plans and they're getting right back into the game.
And there's the kick. Back to Swanson. Swanson now trying to find room to work.
Saw some real aggression there from the Panthers.
And here we go. Friang sending that one to Busby. Busby now with a nice little pass, but unable to gather it are the Panthers. And it's going to be another foul call on the Panthers as well as we hit now the 13-minute and 30-second mark of this first half. 0-0 is the score at the current moment. Here come the Poets.
Panthers are bringing that aggression onto the field right now.
And stopped. Good stop there. And trying to find a little bit of room to work is Bridge. Bridge now sending that one way down into really the area of no Panther. So it's going to be gathered by Robirds.
Panthers are bringing it up the field right now. It seems like the Panthers are spreading out a bit more. We got some good spread from the Panthers. Less congregation than before. This should help them a lot moving forward.
And
we got
here
Galvin.
Yes, Galvin with a great stop there to Busby.
Busby back with that strong defense, bringing it up the field and passing over to Williams.
And here we go now. A little bit of room to work for the Panthers. And he's knocked down. And he seems to be holding his ankle as he's down on the field still. No call there on that play. And possession still stays in the hands of the Poets. It looks like who's down right now is Cyrus Steely. And there's no call there. Cyrus Steely is limping back up now. Trying to get back into play.
Real aggression from Friang over there.
Knocked down. No call. Stopped, though, somehow by Thomas, who was still on the ground. And now it's going to be picked up again by the Poets.
Thomas is back up after that tumble, ready to go. Panthers are moving down to their side of the field as well.
And here we go for Bridge. Bridge is going to be able to move up a little bit now as Busby has this. Busby trying to send that one up. It's just going to bounce right back into possession of Bridge now as we hit the 11-minute and 30-second mark approaching. Busby with a good little move getting behind the two defenders. Busby sending that one over to the right side now. Now over the middle with a little bit of room to work is Wells. Wells sending it over to the far right.
Wells
and now this is going to be a pass over the middle. And it's going to be stopped and sent back. As it looks like Bridge will be the one to gather that one.
Panthers are moving back down the field. Got some good passes right there, it seems, between Bridge and Thomas.
So here we go. Good movement by the Poets.
Panthers are getting ready. Panthers some real aggression over there. Seems by...
And it's going to be Slater who's stopping that one. Knocked down. And that's going to be a foul call there. Kind of a blatant call, as it's going to be Jackson.
Panthers are moving back down the field right now. Definitely a bit more spread out during this game. Panthers are getting ready. I'm sure we'll see some strong defense over here. Looks like Busby has been really bringing in that defense today. I'm expecting to see some more from him just right now as the ball gets back into the field.
And that one's going to be hit out from, it looks like it's Williams who hits that one out. It's going to set up another throw for the Poets now, working deep into Panther territory. A lot of room to work with.
Williams bringing that same aggression right there, getting ready back on the field. Definitely one of the players we've been seeing a lot today from the Panthers.
And here we go, a little bit of room for the Poets. This one's going to be a goal kick. Luckily, as it bounces out off of the foot of a Poet. And now this is going to be the goal kick from Glenn. As we try to see what he does, we have a little bit of a sub in here. Looks like Riley Thomas is going to sub out. So we do have a couple subs here noting for the Panthers. As it appears to be, looks like Dreisen is in, or looks to be Marco Rodriguez who subs in.
Panthers are really moving down that field right now.
Here we go, moving around. Panthers with room to work. And the Poets winning possession. Finding their lanes. Fighting around.
Panthers are moving down that field again with that aggression. Poets are really bringing in that aggression right now. Some matching that energy of the Panthers just earlier. Seems like it's going to continue to be a pretty heated game right now.
And here come the Poets. Poets working on their side. And Wells tried to stop that one, cannot. And this one's just going to have to sent out of bounds almost into the stands there by Galvin. And now we approach past 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first half. Score still 0-0 in this one, as we will have a throw-in setup. It appears to be Morello who's going to be the one to throw it in. Also worth noting for the Poets, it looks like we have a sub in as well.
Panthers are congregating on their side. Real aggression over there from the Poets.
And it looks like Jack Tarango is going to be the one who subs in for the Poets.
Moving it down the field with the Panthers again. Some real aggression over there.
Great move by Bridge. Bridge trying to send that one, but just a little bit too much on it.
Bridge almost had it there.
On that pass.
Almost had it there with that. He has had some great moves there. Great aggression right there. Almost had it.
Here we go. By the Poets. Moving around, moving around, moving around. And trying to see what they can find. Little bit of room there. And this is going to be a potential shot on goal. And that is it! The Panthers don't just break it, but shatter the ice and get the first goal of the game. That is going to be Wells.
Wells has made that first goal here. Things are really looking up for the Panthers right now. Seems to be a bit of a celebration as Wells made that first goal for the Panthers, putting them in the lead right now against the Poets.
Finally, the ice breaks for the Panthers. Wells puts on a good move and gets the open shot they've been looking for. 7:30 into this game. And the Panthers lead 1-0. Hitting it right there off of the left side. Just a good move by Wells.
Panthers are ready to get back on that field after that goal, after that first goal of the game, getting ready to bring it on back.
And now for the Poets, they huddled up a little bit right after the goal. Looks like we had a team huddle, trying to see if they can gather around and figure things out. So the Poets really, for the most part, have had a lot of the time of possession in their favor. Just haven't been able to get many shots on goals, though, with that possession. Now here come the Panthers again. Now, again, this is where the Panthers can be very dangerous. Again, a team that's great on the defensive end here can be very, swarming to the ball. And now with a 1-0 lead, it gives them the opportunity to really stand strong here and really just kind of play keep away. As the Panthers have been very fine and okay with just having 1-0 wins and, low-scoring games.
Yeah, the Panthers have got that real strong defense here. Seem to be moving up the field again.
Moving up here are the Poets fighting around, trying to get there over the middle, could not. It's going to be picked up by Glenn. And Glenn sending that one over to Busby.
Busby is moving with that ball again. We see some great shots or plays by Busby today. Great defense for today on the Panthers.
And here we go. This pass could possibly be intercepted, but it is not. Robert's trying to get there in time. This one hit up and won by the Panthers. Williams moving around.
Williams
and he's knocked down.
Tumble. He's got that ball over there. Williams is bringing that aggression in, just like we saw earlier with Busby. Some great aggression from Williams and Busby today. Panthers are really strong on that defense.
The strength of Williams showing there, able to fight off the contest. And in the end, it required Wilson's foul to stop his momentum. And now again, we have to mention Williams. A big leg here, as you can tell by the way the Panthers are setting up. They're setting up far down the field as Williams is looking to send this one deep. Williams' kick is deep, and it's going to be picked up by the Panthers. Set down now, and sent out by the Poets.
And we saw some congregation there from the Panthers. I think some more spread would be helpful for them. They really congregated there with that kick from Williams.
Yeah, trying to find an open man would have been definitely a necessity there. That one there, trying to get the Panthers going. And let's see what they got here with 5 minutes left. If the Panthers can try to extend this to a 2-score lead, or if the Poets can maybe find their first goal of the game. Moving down is Dydell. Dydell sending that one over to the far left. A bit of a sprint race now, and it's going to be won by the Panthers. Good speed there, shown on the other end by Ben Frazier.
Panthers are definitely spreading out a bit more on their side, hoping to make another goal, looking to bring that ball back up. We got Wells, had just the ball right there. Wells is back in the game from his earlier incident, and he seems ready. He's bringing that aggression for the Panthers today after that no call earlier from the ref.
Yeah, Wells having the no call and then following it up with the goal. And
Wells is really bringing it today with that aggression. Really made a comeback there.
So far, Wells has been the most notable name for the Panthers. This one is going to be tipped up and over. And the Poets fighting for it. And a little bit of a box out there. Good box out from the Poets. Now with room to work. Sending the shot on goal and high over the goalpost.
Almost had a shot there for the Poets. Poets are looking to move back up. You can tell they really want that goal before we end the first
as we almost end the first half here. It's going to be Glenn. Glenn moving here. A little bit of room. And now working to the other side, Payne. Here we go. Oh, and trying to win it there, could not. And the Panthers now Busby with a strong header there, kind of more on a line. This one's going to be hit up.
Saw a great kick from Galvin right there. High kick from Galvin, bringing it up the field for the Panthers.
And here we go again. The leading scorer for the Panthers right now, Wells in this game.
Wells tumble again in this game.
Wells is knocked down again. And he's upset at the ref. He wants a call, more of a strict call as he gets kicked up there.
Wells is really bringing that aggression.
So we try to see the replay possibly. Wells is limping up a little bit. He's got a bit of a dispute going on with the ref.
Wells is not happy with this no call from his no call earlier. Seems like he's getting back up onto the field though, staying strong, though he's got a bit of a limp there.
And here we go as the ref is still disputing right now.
Panthers are definitely congregating, talking about that no call from the ref, or the ref looks like he's making a decision right now. Not sure what's going to happen here. Wells is moving back up.
Pushing the Poets line back there a little bit. Now it's going to set up. This is going to be the kick from Williams. Down the lane, and it's going to be a goal! What a play!
Panthers got a second goal there.
Williams to Galvin, like clockwork, and the Panthers with the 2-0 lead.
Panthers are really bringing it back up in this game with that 2-0 right now against the Poets. Panthers are really celebrating here after that second goal just in the first half of the game.
Galvin with the great header off of the pass from Williams. And now the Panthers, after a scoreless first half now, with a 2-0 lead, you can see the header just got the top of it from Galvin. What a play. Just how you draw it up and just how you want it for the Panthers now with a 2-0 lead and 2 minutes left in this first half.
Panthers really pulled through in this first half with those 2 goals, and they seem to be moving it back up the field.
And here we go again now with the Panthers. A little bit of room to work and knock down.
Panthers are bringing that aggression right now to the Poets.
And here we go. Let's see. It looks like it's going to be the Poets here. Just going to get a nice little kickoff.
Panthers are getting ready for this kick right here.
Room to work now for the Poets.
Bridge is really bringing that aggression right now down the field. Same with Williams. They seem to be making some good passes.
And the Poets looking for room, trying to find it. Haven't been able to really find it recently. Slater's now kick. Oh! Taking one for the team there. It looks to be Williams who got it right in the spot that we do not want to mention. Putting his body on the line.
Williams is really bringing that aggression today. He's really pulling through for the team, for the Panthers.
I'll tell you what, as Williams took that hit in the sweet spot, a lot of men everywhere felt a disturbance in the force.
Williams really took one for the team there today. Williams is really showing up for this game for the Panthers
with
that hit.
As here's a potential shot from Slater. As Slater's kick, this could possibly bring the Poets back within 1. Slater's kick is up and over and in for the Poets. The Poets down but not out, getting their first goal of the game.
Just at the end of the first half, the Poets have got their first goal from Slater, I believe. Poets are really pulling through, kind of matching the Panthers right now, even though the Panthers do still take the lead with 2-1.
As it was Slater's pass that got over the head and the wall of the Panthers. And a bit of a knockdown there. It looks like the one who actually was able to make a play on it is still down. We're trying to see if we can get a number there. It looked like it was 7. If I am not mistaken.
The Poets on the ground right now.
For the Poets.
I believe that's 7 right there.
That was Kevin Bravo, if we do have the number correct. Kevin Bravo was the one who possibly also knocked it in, also while taking the hit. But Bravo is up, but they're going to move him immediately out of bounds. Not a great sign right there.
That is 7 right there.
The assist from Rowan Slater.
Moving off the field right now after taking that hit for the Poets. Really, really taking one for the team, for the Poets right there.
As it looks like they're going to give the goal to Slater there, so Bravo didn't actually get a hit on the ball. Slater gets listed for the goal, and the Poets back within 1. And here we go, room to work. We're now down to the final 20 seconds right now, and you have to think Panthers playing a little bit conservative, just trying to play keep away, not prevent any last-minute goals, as they can be very content going into halftime with the lead. So we go down to the final 5 seconds. We have the PA announcer giving the final call, countdown, shot on goal to end it. It's just going to be an easy pickup there for Glenn. And the first half is over. The Panthers lead 2-1 in what started off as a very low-scoring game. Now all of a sudden a 2-1 game to end the half. We might have a potential shootout in our hands starting in the second half.
Panthers are very satisfied with their first half, making some great shots, great goals.
And we have both teams who are now going to be moving, I think probably going to move them into the locker rooms. Most of the time when it's halftime, they will have them sometimes set up just still on the sidelines, but you have to wonder due to the heat if they're going to try to find more comfortable spot for these players to sit, as we have a lot of great highlights that ended this half. Worth noting, this is one of the first ones. It looked like a possible goal here, and it was just a pass that was a little short there and really prevented one of the plays there from, it looked like to be Slater, who gets knocked down there. Now on the other hand, this was one of the big fouls that was not called. You do see the hands there on the back, and then the kick in the face by Wells. And there was no call there. And so then the Poets were able to take advantage, try to move it down. But then here comes Wells coming back in. A bit of sweet revenge for Wells, as he's able to get the goal back despite not getting the calls early in this game. Now this is the play of the half. What a kick it was by Williams. And then the header at the end by Galvin. Something that you draw perfectly. And now this one by Slater. It is listed as a goal for Slater off of, it looked like just to be the disrupted hit. And possibly went off a Panther there to get into the goal. And that is the first half highlights. It has been a very high-scoring affair from both sides. And you have to mention, you know, despite it being 0-0 early in this game, all of a sudden it turned into a big shootout here at the end.
Right at the end, they really pulled through in halftime for the Panthers. And then we saw that one goal from the Poets there right at the end, catching up with the Panthers just at the end.
Yes, and now so we will be going into a bit of a halftime break here. Right now, the Panthers lead 2-1 over the Poets. We have a possible shootout on our hands, as we will see you guys in the second half.
There's no recital, I'm killing competition, ain't no revival. I shoot it to kill it, I'm aiming for vitals. I'm showing no mercy when facing my rivals. Snakes in the grass, they getting exposed. I know they be lurking, I'm watching them close. Acting like friends, but really they foes. Saw they be scheming and said adios. Yeah, I gotta get it. Yeah, by any means. I gotta get it, don't mind it. I gotta get it, don't mind it. I gotta get it, don't mind it.
And we are back here for a great second half of men's soccer right now. The Chapman Panthers, again, worth a reminder, Chapman Panthers lead 2-1 against the Whittier Poets right now in this game off of 2 late goals from the Panthers, and then the last one actually coming into the possession of the Poets there in the final minute. So what should we expect now in the second half? Do we expect more of a defensive play from the Panthers, or do they come with a little bit more aggression, still trying to run up the score a little bit?
I think the Panthers are comfortable in their lead right now, but I can definitely expect some more aggression from the defense. We've seen a lot of aggression in that first half with the defense with the Panthers, so I definitely expect to see that a bit more. And with the Poets, I expect them to bring up the aggression a bit because they definitely want to get back in the lead. Not back in the lead. They want to get up to the lead now with the Panthers with that 2-1 score.
Yes, the Poets now looking to try to tie this up again. This is a big game for the Poets right now, who are technically negative in record, wanting to try to get back in rhythm and in pace here to try to make a late run. And for the Panthers right now, it's just trying to get onto a bit of a win streak here as they are even at 4-4-3. Another reminder of their record this season. The Panthers looking to try to get a big win here, get them to positive for the first time this season, and can have the Panthers in a great spot right here to defend their SCIAC championship as we are getting prepared for what should be a great second half. Worth noting too, we have a couple great players from Jackson Busby as well, who's made some incredible plays. We have to mention, some of those Panthers who have really stepped up. And here we go with the kickoff. And here we go. There we go. The kick is going to be out of bounds, and it's going to go into the possession of the Panthers. Field flipper as well, so you have to wonder if maybe, who knows, for people who are superstitious, maybe the goals have a bit of a aura about them, and let's see if the Poets can find a better luck trying to go onto the other side here. This one's going to be a knockdown and won by the Poets. Moving to the other side is DeGarden. DeGarden working through traffic and deep in traffic there, and now kicking this one out is Didell. Didell sending that one way deep, and it's going to be able to picked up there by Glenn. Glenn is just going to set that one up for Busby. We're sending it over to the right side to Galvin. Galvin setting the one way up, and it's going to bounce out of bounds.
Had a good kick there from Galvin. Unfortunately out of bounds, but we had a very strong kick there, very far down the field, back onto Panther territory.
And there we go, as the throw-in is going to be won by Payne. It's going to get right through the foot there of Wells. And it's going to be a throw-in here for the Poets as they're going to reset. Try to see what they can find here. This throw-in is going to be by, looks like Morello will be the one throwing this one in for the Poets. Morello's throw is up. Panthers win it. Now here comes Thomas, big Riley Thomas trying to body him out. They both trip down. The call is going to be on the Poets. So it's going to be a setup here for the kick, and this kick is going to be by Jackson. Or actually, it looks like it's going to be Williams. So again, worth noting, Williams, last time he had a kick from this distance, it actually went for a goal off of his assist. Let's see if Williams can repeat history here. Sitting up just past the 20-yard line. Williams' kick high up on a line, and it's going to go back behind the goal.
We had a good kick from Williams there, almost in the goal. Williams is bringing it back with that aggression in this second half, and he almost made it there. Williams probably could have made that a bit of a tighter kick to get it right in the goal there, but he went real strong nonetheless.
And here we go now for the Poets, who are taking over. He's setting one way down the line. This is actually going to be a lot of room here for Alvarez, but it goes out of bounds.
It was a very strong kick there from Bridge, very far kick.
And here we go for the Panthers. Actually looks like there's going to be a penalty call there. Possibly maybe an offsides could be the call. And that's what's going to set them up. It looks like it's going to be Galvin now who will kick this one. Galvin looking around, trying to see what he can find, and it's going to go right back to Galvin. Galvin now sending it to the other side to Busby. And now Busby trying to engineer an offensive drive a little bit. Moving it down the field. Here we go with a little bit of room to Dreisen. Out of bounds he goes.
We just saw a great pass there. Going from Galvin over to, I believe it was Busby. They had a great pass just a minute ago there.
Passing like that needs to continue. There's Jackson out of bounds, hit off of a Poet. So it will be a throw in here for Jackson. Here comes Jackson. Throw in. And kind of getting pinched into the corner there was Thomas, forced to make a bad pass. But this time there to get it is Galvin. Galvin already with 1 goal in this game. Galvin fighting. Galvin passing. This one over the middle with a little bit of room now. And he's going to try to get it. Cannot.
Had some tight passes right there. Got it back in the field after getting out of bounds. Some good work over there from the Panthers.
As the goalie will set this kick up. And trying to see what he can find and work with.
Nice pass right there. Just saw a nice pass from the Poets over there.
And there we go. Stopped by the Panthers. And this one's going to be a sky kick. 3 flags up. Won by the Poets. And it's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be off of the Panthers, apparently. It's going to be the call there. It's going to be off of Wells. I have to say, Wells has not been getting too many calls his way so far in this game. And here we go. Fighting for it. There we go on the other side. Jackson. Jackson looking to prevent. Playing prevent. Out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick here for the goalie.
That was a nice receive right there from the Poets. Had a great kick over there from Slater on the Poets back into the field. Slater's really bringing it in the second half with that first goal in the first half.
And now Busby sending that one deep. Thomas is knocked down, no call. And another trip up there, no call again for the Panthers. As down there on the middle of the field is Dreisen, but looking to work with now is Thomas. Thomas trying to find room. Thomas can't get through.
Thomas almost had it there. Great start from Thomas, just couldn't follow through right there.
Thomas just unable to get the proper room that he wanted. And now over on the other end, Glenn will just kick this to Busby. He's going to have a lot of room here to work with for himself. Busby now sends that one up high. It's going to get over. Good anticipation by Friang. And it looks like they're going to call an offsides, though, on Friang.
Great kick right there from Busby. We saw a nice kick across the field onto Poet territory. That was a great kick over there from Busby. Busby's back in that strong defense.
Again, what makes Busby such a dangerous defender is his ability to send passes down the field with a lot of strength and also engineer offenses sometimes as well. Here we go as the Poets, he looks like trying to engineer something there on the other end. That was Swanson. And tripped up. No call either way. And here we go. Looks like they're trying to put a little bit of pressure there as Wells.
Wells is bringing back that aggression right now.
And here we go for the Panthers. They try to get the stop here. Here's a little bit of room here for the Poets, and good stop by Glenn. Glenn was able to get the stop there. There it is. Just unable to get it, though, at the possession for the Panthers. And now they have room to work. The Poets trying to see what they can engineer.
Great pass there from the Poets. Nice and across the field.
Finding room. And getting it. Are the Poets. And just able to slip by the Panther defender, but this time won't be able to slip by Galvin. Galvin with the stop. Thomas with room. Thomas sends that pass just a little too hard for Payne. Payne unable to get that one. It's going to be a throw in here for the Poets. And it looks like throwing it in will be Morello again.
We saw some great passes there from the Poets. Slipped right through at the end, but we've been seeing some good passes with the Poets. I expect to see some more of that as they stagger across the field, getting ready for that throw-in.
Morello's throw-in. It's a little high. Call there. Looks like it's going to be on Jackson, as down on the play was Dido. And the Poets taking over. Let's see who's going to be the one to kick this. It looks like it's going to be Wilson on the other end for the Poets. He's being patient, taking his time, trying to see if his players can get into position here. Here comes Wilson's kick. Wilson's kick is up and high and stopped by the Panthers. Now trying to see in a bit of a foot race here. Can Thomas try to get there in time? Cannot. It's going to be kicked away smartly by Swanson, who will send that one up into the stands. And one lucky fan might get themselves a soccer ball that they'll have to eventually throw back into the field. And here we go with the setup. As it looks like both sides get set up on for the throw-in.
Nice passes over there with the Panthers. Making some good passes down the field. Missed by the Panthers, and the Poets grabbed that right there. Tight passes with the Panthers right now as they move down the field and out of bounds.
And here we go. Room now for the Poets. And that kick is going to be to the corner. And trying to see who will be the one to get the honors of sending this corner kick away. Looks like it's going to be number 19. Looks like it's going to be Zavala, if I am not mistaken. It is going to be Zavala. But interesting as well, out there right next to him is Slater. So that means if Zavala doesn't like what he sees, he can easily just pass it to Slater and try to see if they can try to work a little bit of offense around. That's exactly what they're going to do. Slater now sending it to the middle and stopped immediately. Great defense from the Panthers. Friang trying to get there, cannot in time. And the Poets are able to recover from the Panthers' defense. Now working on the other side. We go out of bounds. Knocked down. Is the ref going to call that one as rolling around a little bit is Ramirez.
Thomas is not happy with that no call there.
Let's see, Thomas was kind of tripped over each other there at the end. The ref has a yellow card in his hand. I can see him hiding it, and he pulls it out. Yellow card right there on Thomas. So now that's going to be yellow card for both sides, as the Poets also had one of their players get a yellow card earlier in the first half. So it's going to be Ramirez to throw this in off of the yellow card. And here is Ramirez with the throw-in. Ramirez's throw is going to be gathered by the Poets. And they stay in possession here. They still have an opportunity. Look at that. Wide open on the left side. There is Alvarez. Alvarez is going to send this one over the middle straight to Glenn. And Glenn's going to make an easy catch there to stop that one. Glenn's just going to easily roll that one away as well to Galvin. Here's Galvin. And moving around is Payne. One though by Wells. Wells is knocked down.
Another knockdown from Wells. Wells has really been taking a hit in this game.
Wells gets the call this time. Ref is calling something now. And a bit of apology there from Ramirez. As you can see, the intentional chop up there by Swanson. Now here we go. It looks like it's going to be Williams who will be the one to kick this. Last time he had this kick, it was a little too flat. Let's see what he tries to do now. This one with a little bit more air under it. And it's going to be recovered by the Panthers. Wells tried to send that one. And it's out of bounds. Goal kick incoming for Robirds.
Seen some serious knockdowns from Wells this game. He's really carrying this game, getting knocked down but bringing it right back up. Remember, he had that goal in the first half.
Ooh, a lot of aggression there from Payne. Looked like he tried to intercept it there for a second but could not get to it in time. And here we go. Moving around for the Panthers. And now to the Poets. Now back to the Panthers. Strength there shown by Busby fighting off the contact. But the Poets win. Oh, a little bit of spin move there and trip up. And one there for the Panthers.
We saw some real aggression there from Busby and then straight to Wells. The two players are bringing in some great aggression right now, and we had a good pass between the two in the second half.
As he slides down. Here we go. Throw in. Fought. Won by the Poets. Now the Panthers. Now that one's hit up. Thomas sending that one over too high for Friang, who had a lot of open room to work with there and could not get that.
Had a great start on that kick from Thomas. Just a bit too high to make it to Friang, but it was a great start kick. Could have had some real potential. Almost made it there from Thomas.
And it looks like it's going to be a throw in here for the Poets.
Poets are getting ready for that throw in right now. Moving down the field. Great catch right there from Busby. And off the field for just a second with that ball right there.
And now knocked down. No call. Panthers win it. Panthers moving. Knocked down again are the Panthers. No call again though. And here come the Poets. Poets working on their side now. And a lot of aggression now coming from both sides. Wide open room though for the Poets. That kick is just muffled there. And the Panthers are easily going to recover this one, trying to send it way out there to the other side, to Payne. Can't quite get it. And
real aggression from Payne right there with his passes.
A lot of room now for the Panthers. Tripped up. A perfect slide tackle. Something of artwork there. And the Poets defense standing strong, keeping this a one possession game. A little bit of passing back and forth here for the Poets. That one now. Great pass again there from Alvarez. Now moving to the other side. Here are the Panthers. Back to the Poets. Again, the Poets winning the time of possession overall in this game by a large margin, especially in the second half. Whistle blows. Looks like it's going to be an offsides call there. As the ref kind of sets things up, organizes it. It looks like moving out will be the goalkeeper. And a whistle blows. It's going to be a timeout here. So both sides now are finally going to get a stoppage in time. Score 2-1. 27 minutes and 48 seconds left in the second half. Not many shots on goal so far for the Panthers in this second half. And Whittier also just having a lot of possession right now with the ball, which could be a little scary for the Panthers as they really look to try to extend this lead a little bit, give themselves a little bit more room to be comfortable. But the Poets staying in a dangerous spot right now for the Panthers. And both sides huddling up, just getting a lot of water. You can see too, they do have a lot of wet towels that they're able to squeeze those in and give themselves a little bit of water in the, as you know, most of the time for players, usually it's that back of the neck right there that kind of is the quickest to help them cool down. And that's exactly what they do, especially on this hot day. Feels like it's the middle of July right now. But yes, we are in October. And both sides now taking the field. I have to ask you, Sadie, for spooky season coming up in October, you have any ideas for your costume yet?
That's a great question there. I actually don't have any ideas. Maybe one of the classics for this year. It's going to be really weird to have a Halloween where it's almost maybe 90 degrees outside here in California. Definitely some interesting weather this year. Something new for me.
Yeah, Sadie from New Jersey, not really used to the homegrown
Not used
Cali.
to the weather at all. Can't imagine what it's like down there for the Panthers right now in this crazy hot weather with this game.
This kick by Glenn is just going to set up the Panthers. Oh, that one's just going to set the ball up in position there. Now we're going to go for the real kick with Galvin. Galvin, one score already in this game. And now here's what the Panthers need to look to do is try to just hold possession. They haven't been able to do that. Galvin's kick is very aggressive, though. And it's going to go stay. It looks like it's going to be out of bounds there on the Panthers. It appeared to be on the other end. It appeared to be Traden, who tried to get that one but could not. And again, we were talking about the Panthers just trying to maintain possession. That aggressive kick might not have been the smartest play there. Traden's unable to gather that one. Now the Poets, again, just having room to work with. And sooner or later, especially in the game of soccer, when you have a lot of time with the ball, it just takes one play to kind of figure out the lane and slip through. And right now, that's what the Poets have been doing. As there's a call there, it's going to be going to the Panthers. And that pass is going to be up high, brought down by the Poets. Whistle blows, throw in for the Panthers. And we have a couple sub-ins as well worth mentioning for the Panthers. Looks to be Frazier who is subbing in. In addition, looks like Jackson will be the one who gets to throw it in. So subbing out here is going to be Williams.
Sub out from Williams, as he's been a really strong player throughout this game. We've seen him take a lot of shots and a lot of hits. Leo takes another hit there. Leo Wells right there. Taking a lot of hits.
Jackson subbing out there, again, the team leader in assists. But here come the Panthers with no sign of holding back there. The shot on goal is going to be held back there. That was Rodriguez taking that shot. Really try to get that one through, but just kind of really directly to the goalie. No angle there he could find.
Great save there by the goalie over there on the Poets. Great save there.
And that was Roberts, again, who was able to make the stop there at the goalie position. And now it's the 50-50 balls, again, that the Panthers have been struggling to win in this game. This kick on goal, again, right to Roberts again.
Great shot from the Panthers there. Really clean shot, but we've just got a really strong goalie over there on the Poets, keeping that ball out of the net.
And moving around, fighting for it. 50-50 ball again, won, it looks like, by the Poets, as that kick is going to be out of bounds. And the throw-in will go for the Poets. It's kind of been a big mark of this game so far. It's the fact that the Poets have been winning a lot of those 50-50 balls. This one's going to go now to Traden. Now to Galvin. Galvin sending that one way deep. And a bit of a miscue there from the Poet defender. Now the Panthers have a little bit of room. He tried to get that to Fraying over the middle, but could not. But it still goes with the possession of a Panther now as Jackson has room to work. Jackson sending it over to the far left. And they still get it to Fraying. Fraying now with room to work. Jonah Fraying, that kick is going to be out. And it appears it's going to be a corner. Corner kick set up here. That's not going to be the fourth for the Panthers. Let's see who's going to be the one to have the honors. It appears it's going to be, looks like it's going to be Clyde right there.
So a great shot.
Kildy, my apologies. Kildy. Corner kick this. Here's Kilty's kick. On a straight line, stopped immediately by the Poets. Here we go, trading though. Trying to win it, cannot. Busby lets that one go through and go back to Frazier. Frazier, who's knocked down, whistle blows. Frazier will get his kick. Or it looks like Busby will be the one to do it for him. Trying to see which of the two here, Busby or Kildy. Looks like it's going to be Busby. Kildy just kind of setting him in a position in case Busby doesn't like anything he sees on the deep kick. Could possibly set up Kildy right now, who has a lot of room on the 30. And he's going to do exactly that. Set up Kildy on the left side. Kildy's going to have an opportunity, but he sends a soft toss over the middle. This kick is going to be up high and no good. Off left from the field goal post and the goal as well. As that kick right there appeared to be by Dreisen.
Great kick there from Dreisen. Some real power in that kick, some real aggression. We can see the Panthers are really bringing that aggression back to the field in this second half.
And it looks like the kick is going to be won by the Panthers.
Strong save from the Panthers there with that header.
Moving around, Glenn. Glenn with room to work. Busby now. We're now approaching the 22-minute and 30-second mark of the second half. Still a one-possession game in this one.
Nice save there from the Poets. Nice save.
As we have an offsides, it looks like
Wilson
is the call there. Now, worth mentioning as well, if this game does end up being tied at 2-2, unfortunately, because it's the regular season, we won't have the opportunity to see no overtime or penalty kicks. This game will end in a tie, as the Skyac is content with just having games go in ties onto the record.
Dreisen's bringing it in again from the Panthers.
And there we go now. The Poets with a bit of room. That was Dydell. Dydell trying to win the foot race and winning it instead. There was Glenn with a great dive and being able to stop the ball. Glenn so far having himself a day. Glenn with only one goal allowed and one save, allowing the Panthers to have their 2-1 lead right now at the current moment. But also something worth noting that isn't shown too much on the stat sheet, so the amount of stops that he's been able to have, as we have a sub in here, 2 sub-ins it looks like. Moving out is Steely. Also moving out is Dreisen. Moving in is Mason Robert Jones and Ryan Bridge, who are moving in for the Panthers in the sub-in.
Clark checks in for the Poets.
Saw some great defense from Busby over there. He's really bringing back that aggression with the defense in the second half, just as he did in that first half for the Panthers.
Here's Bridge. Bridge's pass is sent back a little bit. Hit up for Bridge. And Bridge can't get that one to trade in time. Oh, and he slips past the defender now. A lot of room to work with for Clark. Clark tried to put a move on, but a good recovery there. It was by Galvin.
Great kick by Galvin there, really moving the ball away from that goal.
Fraying is knocked down. Fraying gets no call. Roberts can't get it. And now the Poets working with room, trying to find something. Poets can't find anything. And there we go up the middle now. Bit of a push there in the back, no call. That one, they're not going to call it offsides, but that one's just going to bounce out of bounds. Possession for the Panthers. It's going to be the throw in here. Looks like by Frazier. Ben Frazier setting up. Not many Panthers in the area right now currently, and we do have another Panther down. Worth noting, that looks to be Galvin, who also has 1 goal in this game, has had himself a great defensive day as well. And he is down on the field, just sitting down. Doesn't look like anything's wrong specifically with his legs or anything, but more so just a little out of it. It's cause for concern. And now the players on both sides are given an opportunity to get a little bit of water. And it looks like they are kind of watering down Galvin right now, so you have to wonder too if it's a little bit of the dehydration and again from this heat.
It is a really hot day out today. We've seen a lot of Panthers down today, a lot from the heat, definitely because of those temperatures. Everyone's getting much needed water break right now, especially with such a hot day.
Felt like I had to join in the fun there, get some nice waters myself a little bit. We're lucky today that we get to chill in a booth that has a little bit more of a cool air with it, but
very grateful for this AC on such a hot day. Doesn't feel like fall here in California.
As the players unfortunately have to kind of stay out in a 93-degree weather day, the prime of the heat playing right here on the turf, which definitely increases the total heat that they are feeling right now. As all players start to move out and kind of check in on Galvin, who's still down unfortunately. And right on cue, he does stand up now. Good thing to see, getting up on his own strength.
We've seen some great bouncing back from the Panthers today. A lot of Panthers have been down, likely from this heat. We've seen from Wells as well earlier some great rebounds from those Panthers, just as Galvin stands up right there, ready to get back in the game.
As Galvin is going to walk to the bench, and subbing in for him is going to be Williams, the team leader and assist in today's game with the 1 big assist. Worth mentioning that helped the Panthers get their 2nd goal, which is currently what they're hanging on for the lead. Now we're going to have a throw in here from Frazier. Frazier just kind of looking around, trying to see what he can organize around for the team.
Seeing lots of Panthers open right now, getting ready for that throw in from Frazier.
Frazier still kind of waiting for the ref's call, as the ref is forcing a player to move. It looks like the Panthers possibly trying to get someone to move in for a sub in there. Could not had to wait for 1 full possession mark, which kind of ends after ball goes out of bounds. So subbing in now available is Dreisen. Dreisen back in the game after a short break. Bridge sending that one way deep, and the Poets are going to get that one easily. But then he's going to lose control of it a little bit. Now here come the Panthers. Williams losing control of that one. Poets getting it right back. Poets with room to work. And now on the other side, Frazier. Frazier sending that one over the middle to the other side. Williams. Williams has a big leg. Williams is knocked down. No call, or there is a call for Williams. That was really close to the goal box. As immediately out there is Ramirez to complain about that one.
Finally a call for the Panthers after no calls, many no calls today after being knocked down. We saw some great passes there, great interceptions from the Poets as they moved down the field.
And it's going to set up a kick here. Let's try to see who, as Williams is actually not going to kick this one. This time, it's going to be Busby. Jackson Busby setting this one up. The players all start to crowd around the goal. Busby's kick, getting it off quick, setting it up for another shot on goal, and it's off to the right. High there, could not get that. Was Jackson. He just had a little bit too much on it, a little bit too much height. As you could see, he set that one up, just a little off to the right. Was a great play design though. And here we go for the Panthers. Moving around. A lot of open room for Bridge. Bridge to Busby. Busby.
Busby with that strong defense. Again, we've been seeing that consistently throughout this game. Busby's really pulling through for the Panthers today with that strong defense again in the second half.
And a great play, while you were saying that, by Rodriguez, who's able to kick that one straight to Glenn. Was able to get that one off. This one's a great pass. Traded with a lot of room. Traded to put the game on ice. He trips and he falls. Rumbling, bubbling, stumbling, unable to get his balance there. After he made a great move to get inside, but Traded trying to make up for it. And his kick is way too high. But it does go through the goalpost there. Can we count that as 3 for the Chapman football game coming up after this? As you can see right there on the play, Traded just unable to keep his balance. After what was really a great move, he was able to get the ball right past the goalie. Had he stayed on his feet, it would have been a very easy goal for him to make.
Almost had that goal there for the Panthers. Could have made that kick, I believe. Trying to get a number there for that kick, but that was a very close call for a goal for the Panthers.
Traded, good strength there, showing it there as he's able to fight through the contact. Now here we go with Williams. Williams with a big leg. Kick right down the middle. Right down the middle of the goalpost. Unfortunately, too high for the goal itself.
Seeing some good passes there from the Poets. They've been making some good, consistent passes in the second half.
And a bunch of headers going through. Traden's going to be able to bring that down. And moving around. Clyde. Or Kildee, my apologies. Kildee setting that one up a little too high. He tried to get that one to Jackson on the other end. Could not. 15 minutes and 30 seconds left. Whittier. Looking to try to find some last minute shots on goal here. In the final 15 minutes, only down 1 score still. Now the Panthers' aggression has kicked up as they haven't been able to really penetrate that Panther defense. Moving around now for the Poets, sending it over to the far left side. DeGarden. Here we go. Won by Traded. Traded showing his strength. Traded with room. He tries to pass it. And it's going to be stopped there. Now here comes Williams. Wide open guy on the far side calling for it, but won't get it. Here it is, fighting for it as well. And the Poets now with room to work. Here's a kick to over the middle. Trying to see what move he can put on. Puts on one move, puts on another, and it's going to go out of bounds off of a Panther. Again, that was Dydell who tried to get that one.
Saw some nice work from Dydell there on the Poets. Bringing some aggression there, trying to bring it down the field onto Panther territory and hopefully make that goal.
Sub in for the Panthers here. Wells subs in as well as Galvin. So the 2 scorers for the Panthers in this game so far have just subbed in. Here is the setup for the throw-in.
In for the Poets, Sarah Swanson.
Throw-in.
Check in.
Received by the Poets. Room for the Poets. Here's the kick. Oh, it looked like it was going to be a temp shot on goal, and it was. Stopped, though, by Galvin. This one's going to be an offsides. As expected, it is called.
Galvin made some nice moves there for the Panthers, really bringing it up for them away from that goal and back onto Poets territory. Panthers are getting ready to get another goal, bring their score up.
Moving around, trade-in. Can't quite get it. And Dreisen is going to be able to fight that one off to let it go out of bounds. So then it's going to allow Frazier to throw it in. Box out there by Wells. Back to Frazier. Frazier's kick. And it's going to be a nice little relay pass to Wells. Wells with room to work. Makes him a little bit. Gets right through his legs. Now the next one is unable to get past him. And Busby's going to be able to have a lot of room here off of that kick out of the area. Busby looking. Busby sending that one over the middle. Little too high for Wells. Here we go, though. Wells is going to have another opportunity. Wells' kick, just not enough on it. It's going to allow a good recovery there by Roe Birds. And now, Poets have their room to work as well. Working down the middle. Room to work, Zavala. Zavala knocked down, gets back up. Gonna get a foul call there. Zavala sends that one just way deep, and a little bit of a miscommunication there from Zavala as he sends that one to Glenn. Possibly
made it down
saw
the
the wrong
field.
jersey there. So Glenn's gonna smartly just let the defender come up real quick before he picks up the ball. And here we go, pass to Trade-in. Trade-in smartly does not attempt to go for it and decides to play a little bit of prevent there. Able to do so successfully, but looks like the Poets still have the ball here with room. This is Bravo. Bravo already with one goal in this game. Bravo moving around. Bravo trying to find something. Pass, push down, call from the ref as he saw the hand off of the back. It's going to be allow for a goal kick here from Glenn. As you can see the hand, just a little shove right there on the back. It's going to be able to get the call. The call was enforced on Williams, who was able to make the stop there and get in front, forcing the offensive player to push him down. Now that one's hit up. It's going to be hit up again, though, from the Panthers. Williams losing possession of it. Whistle blows.
Panthers almost made it down there. Got stopped by the Poets. Seeing some good passes between the Poets. Seems like they need to move a bit back up the field onto Panther territory. They should be able to get there if they keep with those passes and keep that wide spread amongst the field.
A monster of a kick, though, from the Poets as it forced Glenn to come up out of position to stop that one. Now here comes Trade-in. Trade-in now with a good pass to Dreisen. Dreisen to Wells. Wells to Trade-in. Good ball movement from the Panthers. Trade-in now sending it to the other side to Williams. Williams looking, trying to see what he got. Williams shot off the top right, and a goal! Williams puts the Poets to sleep. Night. The Panthers taking a 3-1 lead.
Great goal there for the Panthers by Williams, I believe. Poets are going to need to step it up to get their points high in this second half. Panthers are in the lead right now.
Williams putting it on the top shelf where the kids can't get it as he hushes the Poet crowd, putting them to sleep now with a 3-1 lead with 9:55 left in this game. And now we're getting into miracle territory for the Poets.
Poets are going to need to really step it up in the last almost 10 minutes of this game, less than 10 minutes of this game if they want to bring it home for the win. But it looks like the Panthers are really bringing their all to this game and almost getting close to that win here in the second half. Saw some real nice passes from the Panthers just before that goal there. Those passes are likely what resulted in that goal from Williams. So if the Panthers keep it up with these passes, they're going to get that win today.
And here come the Panthers now with the ball. And you're going to see a lot of more conservative play probably from the Panthers as the Poets now with time really against them now at 9:30. They have to be overly aggressive. You're going to see a lot of deep shots, A lot of attempts here to try to see if they can get lucky and bring themselves back within one. And just on cue, the Poets are trying to move through offensively. Cannot, but they do get the call there. So it's going to set them up. As it looks like it's going to be Slater who will kick this one. Slater letting his team get in position. Slater, last time we've seen a similar situation to this back on the right side in the first half where Slater's kick like this, winning for a goal. Slater, kick, too strong, out of bounds.
Slater almost had that goal with that kick, but a bit too strong to make it for that goal on the Panthers side. Poets are going to need to keep that aggression and keep moving if they want to make it and get that win today, because the Panthers are looking good right now, getting in the lead.
And looking around is Glenn. Looks like he's gonna allow Busby to have the honors of kicking this one. Busby sends that one down deep. And it looks like it's to Roberts. Roberts trying to get it. Instead, ends up trucking the defender. And he is down as well.
Saw some nice passes there for the Panthers, bringing it down the field back onto the Poet side. From Busby over there, we saw a great start to those passes by Busby. Moving down towards the Poets' territory.
As Wilson does not. As it looks like they're looking for more of a aggressive call there. Wilson's just going to get more so the foul. But it looks like they wanted a yellow card there. They will not get it. This one now set up for the Panthers, looking around, trying to see what they can do. Again, really just more so trying to run clock. Thomas just putting pressure on the goalie there, not letting the offense have any room to set up. Here's another one for the Panthers. Set up by Bridge. Now over to the other side. Again, it was going to be Williams there, who has 1 goal and 1 assist in this game now. Moving to the other side. Bravo, leading scorer for the Poets. Bravo's kick over the middle. No good, to no avail, no one there. And Bridge is going to get back to set this one up. It looks like it's going to be a kick here for Glenn.
Starting to see some really great passes with the Poets here. We had a great pass just a minute ago initiated by Slater, bringing that ball down the field, but into Glenn's possession, unfortunately for the Poets. Ball is back in the possession of the Panthers despite those good passes there. We need to see some more of those passes as we wrap up the game if the Poets want to bring that win through.
As it looks like Solaris is going to sub in for the Poets now as we hit the 6-minute mark, 6 minutes and 40-second mark, I should say, of this game. All but over. Hit a little bit there. Thomas trying to get to it, cannot get to it in time, and it's going to be a throw in here for the Poets as we now really start to approach miracle territory. And for the Panthers, again, it's just prevent defense, which they need to allow. No open shots. Not really going heavy on the aggression on the offensive side, but more so on the defense. As the Poets look to try to find room, but that Panthers defense is swarming. Now just trying to run some clock down, giving it over there to Williams. Williams now sending it over the middle to Roberts. Roberts, that one sending this down to Bridge, and Bridge is going to choose not to try to go for it.
Almost had that there for the Panthers. Could have gotten in the goal if we were a little bit tighter there.
And there is the passing around. Poets moving it around, but just haven't been able to really get onto the Panthers side now within these final 10 minutes so far. And there's a pass right there with open room Bridge, but cannot acquire it was Thomas. Busby fighting off of the box out there. Busby trying to win it. Busby winning it. Busby with room. Busby to Bridge. Bridge now with room. Bridge now is just going to let Roberts take that one. Trying to get it to Thomas. Thomas can't win it. Poets gain possession. Trip up there. They're going to call that on Frazier.
Saw some good passes there from Roberts on the Panthers. side, and we've seen some good passes also on the Poets. Poets are bringing it back down the field, and we're going to need to see some more of those good passes from the Poets if they want to take this game home for the win.
Here is the kick. Send way down deep. Poets looking for a miracle. Tried to get the header. There was Bravo, but he couldn't quite get it. Picked up smartly by Glenn. Glenn's going to let his offense kind of assemble while also draining a little bit of clock. He's going to throw this one deep, showing his cannon of an arm. Moving down are the Panthers. Fighting for it is Williams. Knocked down is Williams.
Williams is really bringing that aggression into this second half, just as we saw in the first half. Bringing some real aggression on that defense from Williams, specifically on the Panthers and Busby.
As Jackson's going to let this one go, and Busby will be the one to have the honors to kick this back to Busby. Busby now trying to organize something. Busby getting it over to the other side to Williams. It's going to be hit and tipped out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in, as we also do have a sub-in as well. Someone from the Panthers who we actually have not seen at all today. It's going to be Winston Ivory, who's going to sub in for the Panthers. Subbing out is Riley Thomas.
Seen some great plays from Riley Thomas today. Some great aggression and some great plays on the field. Riley Thomas has really helped carry this game for the Panthers today, and he is out now with that sub in.
Williams pass. And it's going to be one possession by the Panthers. Busby's going to be able to acquire that one. Busby right now with just nice short passes. Trying to stay conservative. That ball is going to be out. And the throw in for, it appears to be the Poets who will get the opportunity to throw that one in. They do so successfully to Slater. Slater now with a good little header. Now wide open room over here is Bravo. Bravo, though, unable to acquire it smoothly, and that's just going to go straight to Glenn. Glenn's just going to kick that one out, though, and set up a what appears to be a throw-in here for the Poets.
Saw some good teamwork there between Bravo and Slater on the Poets. Keep that teamwork up, Poets, and you could have a miracle in the second half. Unlikely, though. Panthers are bringing it home in the field today.
Solaris trying to see if he can get a big throw in there. Cannot. And now putting pressure on the defender. Sending it back to Roberts. Still putting pressure on, though, is Roberts. And hitting this one up and hitting this one over are the Panthers, who now have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. 2 minutes and 30 seconds away from a win. Moving around is Williams.
Nice passes there between the Panthers, just trying to keep that ball away from their goal. They know that they're secured for that win with just a couple minutes left in the game.
Moving around, Bravo. Bravo trying to put a couple moves on. Bravo staying with it. Out of bounds, knocked away by Slater. Now approaching 2 minutes left in this game as it starts to tick down to 1:50. Throw in from the Poets. It's going to have to be necessary for it to be a big one. Let's see who gets the opportunity. It's going to be Solaris. Solaris's pass immediately received. Glenn catches it. Takes a bit of an unnecessary dive. Wanted to add a little bit of dramatic factor to it. And now is able to throw this to a wide open Panther on the left side. It appears to be Jackson. Now moving over to Williams. Williams kick. Short, intended for Bridge. But it is still picked up by Jackson. Jackson now sending it over the middle. And the Panthers lose possession. Here come the Poets. Poets with a little bit of room now, trying to put something on. And again, a soft kick right to Glenn.
And seeing some great saves from Glenn. He knows that Panthers are in for that win. He just needs to save that ball, keep it out of the goal in these last couple minutes.
And now we approach the final 40 seconds of this game. Panthers moving. Panthers just keeping it on the side of the Poets. That one's going to be out, throwing for the Panthers. Now having 30 seconds tick down. And it looks like just simply walking over there, knowing that he has a lot of time, is going to be Mason Roberts-Jones. Roberts-Jones is going to take his time with 20 seconds left. Roberts-Jones now down to 15.
10,
And knocked down.
9,
Roberts-Jones.
7,
And he's going to be knocked down.
5,
Ball's going to go out.
4,
Final 5
3,
seconds tick away.
2,
And something great you want to
0.
see. Roberts was knocked down for a split second.
And that'll do it
And
for
the Chapman
Poets.
Panthers get the win and now rank at 5-4-3. Now sitting at a positive record for the Panthers. So a huge win, a necessary win for the Panthers, thanks to the 3 goals, 2 coming in the first half, 1 coming in the second half, but also worth mentioning as well the great defense that we saw in that second half from the Panthers.
Real strong defense today from the Panthers, likely would help them secure that win today. Panthers had great aggressive defense and got those goals pretty easily on that defense.
Now worth mentioning right now, our MVP for the game as well, Leo Wells. He's going to be our team MVP as he got the first goal of the game for the Panthers, also having 2 shots on goal in the entirety of the game. Leo went down with a rough injury early in that first half. As you could tell, when he got knocked down, he began to bleed a little bit from the mouth. It looked like it was going to be a bit of a rough-up injury. Leo immediately getting right back on the field and making a huge impact play, being able to get the first goal that kind of really fueled the Panthers' momentum.
Yeah, Leo had a great rebound this game, which is why we're marking him as the MVP. Leo really made a nice rebound with those goals. He was knocked down in the beginning of the game. We did see some blood coming from his mouth there. Pretty upset with that no call from the ref, but Leo made it back up and made that goal in the first half. Leo was a really strong player throughout this game. He really pulled through for the Panthers.
And as we go to the highlight package, this is the first play right here as he gets roughed up. Again, that was in the goal box, so he could have had a PK there, but you know what Wells says, I'll just get a goal of my own, and decides to do it himself, getting the first goal for the Panthers, strutting off into the side. Leo again getting knocked down and having to just kind of continue to fight through the aggression, and Leo was a huge part of the offense, really just getting the ball moving, putting a couple moves on there. As you can see, Leo's fighting through the adversity, and that's what makes him our player of the game. It's not just the fact that he had the goals, not just the fact that he was leading the team on the offensive side, kind of helping with the passing and the organizing and orchestrating the offense, but also the fact of his toughness.
Leo really pulled through in this game. Nice rebounds from Leo.
Leadership. 100%. And we are about to go to the highlights package as well, as we have a lot of highlights to talk about in a 3-1 game for the Panthers, where the Panthers ended up taking advantage of their 2-1 lead. Again, we're going to show Leo Wells getting roughed up again, because why not? But we're going to show Leo also getting a goal again, because why not? Leo Wells starting it off for the Panthers. Now, this is when it started getting going for them. This was the play of the game, though. A great pass off of the top shelf right into Galvin's head right there. He was able to finish this one. Now, this is when it looked like for a second the Poets are going to be able to try to mount back there, as they were able to get a goal with Slater. And then just continuous stops from the Panthers and Glenn. Glenn was able to kind of hold them off to 0 goals in that second half. Glenn making a huge impact in this game. You saw a couple roughed up plays there that continued throughout. Again, this was a very aggressive game from both sides. Slide tackles, knockdowns, fighting, aggression throughout. And the Panthers, in the end of this huge, rough match, it was them who prevailed, and it was Williams who was the one that put this game on ice. Williams' goal put into the top right shelf to win this game, put it on ice, put the kids to bed, and send the Panthers home with a win. Now standing at 5-4-3. Now looking ahead for the Panthers again. This is where they can try to gain some momentum, hopefully try to get a bit of a win streak. And now for the Poets, falling even further into the abyss, kind of playoffs are looking a little out of reach for them.
Really aggressive game today. Panthers really pulled through. Poets had some great passes here and there. There was some good communication. They were spread out on that field, but unfortunately the Panthers just had a great, strong defense today and some really great players that pulled through and gave them that win and moved them ahead through the season. Panthers did great today.
It was a great win for the Panthers, and as the sun begins to start setting a little bit now as we hit the 4 o'clock hour, sunset will start hitting more at 6:30-ish. We want to let you guys know this is a triple header day. We had women's soccer. We followed it up with men's soccer. Now following it up will be the grand event. Chapman football will be playing at 7 p.m. So we want you guys to stay tuned in for that tonight, as we will be having an exciting matchup for the Chapman Panthers football team, looking to get their first win of the season. I've been Alejandro Flores. This has been Sadie. We want to thank you guys for staying tuned in tonight, or actually really this afternoon, and we want to thank you guys for staying tuned in later tonight, which you guys will do hopefully. And we hope you guys have a great one.